Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of May 11th. This week, if you want to catch me live, I go live every single day at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But let's see what is going on for you this week. I do feel like some of you could be dealing with a Pisces or a Leo. Pisces and Leo have shown up in like every single reading I've done for you for the past, I don't know, for like the past few weeks at least. So I do feel like some of you could be dealing with one of those signs, or someone with those one of those signs in their chart quite heavily. So that's that. But this looks very good as well. A lot of fun coming up this week for you, I feel. You have the Fool. A lot of people getting the Fool this week as well. So, and also these action cards, part of me feels like, it's like maybe the quarantine is being lifted, or maybe they're kind of like removing some of the restrictions. So maybe we're kind of like being able to get out there more and all that other stuff. So I feel a lot of action here. You have a lot of action cards. Page of Wands as your center card as well. Page of Wands is definitely about taking action. Page of Pentacles, you have the Page of Pentacles, which is like the idea. And then you have the Page of Wands, which is like the action. And you have the Fool, taking leap of faith. Then you have this seed card over here, which is like planting a seed, getting started on something. So I feel like a lot of you could be getting started on a project, or just really anything, just some sort of new beginning. It came up for all three air signs as well, that there could just be a lot of new beginnings this week. Next, you have the High Priestess here in the Four of Swords. This is about trusting your ideas. The High Priest, or trusting your intuition, but also, it's a card of potential. The High Priestess says something in your life has a lot of potential to lead to, all of this right here, really, to lead to a lot of greatness or a lot of good things in your life. The Treasure Island card is a card of manifestation, and we'll talk about that at the end, but it kind of says you can have whatever you want. So I feel like for a lot of you, this is talking about manifesting, and also not really even manifesting. I just feel like that you could be working on something, or you could have something in your life already. Like you could have a relationship, or you could have a business. And this is saying there's a lot of potential in something that you already have. To extract that potential, you have the Page of Pentacles here and the Eight of Hearts. Yeah, this is like needing to get started. So for some of you, I almost feel like saying you already have something, or you have already started something, which is different than the other two air signs. So it's like you already have started something, or you already have something. And I feel like you need to kind of learn more. The Page of Pentacles is kind of like a card of learning, or learning as much as you can. The Eight of Hearts is a card that says maybe you have a lot of ideas for something that you have recently become involved with, but the Eight of Hearts says like you need to manifest that here on Earth. Eight of Hearts is called the moon, but it's not like the moon in the tarot. The moon in the tarot represents fantasies and illusions that'll probably never become reality. The moon in the playing cards represents fantasies and illusions that you need to make a reality. There is a major difference between those two things. The Page of Pentacles to me is about like needing to get started. I always say Page of Pentacles is like having a match book, but not striking the match. So it says you need to strike the match. You need to get started with these cards. This could also be love, by the way, Aquarius. Could be an earth sign as well coming in for you. But really, Pisces and Leo definitely stand out to me. Next, you have the Strength card and the Ten of Spades. Very interesting. You have the Ten of Swords here, over here as well. I do not read playing cards and tarot the same. To me, they're two totally different systems, but you could read these as the same card, so it is interesting that they both come up in the same row. What I will say is that the Ten of Spades is a card called the ship, like a boat on the ocean, and it just represents going from one thing to another. It just represents some sort of change. So I feel like some of you could be going through a transition or a change. Like I said, all three air signs had something about some sort of change coming up in the reading. So it definitely could be a change. The Strength card is also like a display of strength. So I feel like for a lot of you, you could be doing something that maybe other people think is hard. And this could be anything. Could be going through a breakup. Could be starting a business. Could be going back to school. Whatever you're doing, I do feel like you could be doing something hard here, but I feel like it's going to lead to a lot of success. So I would say do it, whatever it is here, Aquarius. Next, you have the Scarab Beetle. This card says magic works through you. To me, this card is definitely a card of manifestation, but it's also a card of kind of like controlling the sun, basically. The scarab beetle, or the, basically the dung beetle in ancient Egypt, they were considered a card of kind of, they would be rolling the sun over the horizon. That's like the mythology behind the scarab. It kind of represents death and rebirth as well. So I feel like for some of you, it's like saying you are in control of your own destiny this week. You are the one that is going to be either experiencing a change or not. And I feel like you control the speed, everything with this card here. Next, you have the Two of Pentacles here, Aquarius, and the Six of Hearts. Amazing. Six of Hearts is a total turnaround. Six of Hearts to me is a card that represents obstacles being removed from your life. So it kind of says try again. It says try something again. The other crazy thing is that you have the Six of Cups down here as well. The Six of Cups, again, I don't read these as the same, but they could be. The Six of Hearts is actually called the Star in the Lenormand card reading system. And it's just like a card of like wishes, but it can also be a card of a turnaround, kind of like the Star. It brings hope into a reading as well, because it says any obstacles you've been experiencing or that you have experienced in the past are being lifted with that card. That Two of Pentacles, I feel like, is just saying you're picking a new path, or it's like you're trying again. Next, you have the Page of Wands here and the Queen of Clubs. So I feel like for a lot of you, it could be very attractive at this time. So if you're looking for love, definitely put yourself out there. For others, this to me is like a very wholehearted, committed energy. The Queen of Wands is a card of like wholehearted energy, kind of like the Queen of Clubs, but kind of like the Queen of Wands. In the tarot, it's a card of putting everything you got into something, like a new project or a business or a relationship, whatever it is that you're working on. This is you putting everything you got into it, and just says if you do that, you'll be more successful. Next, you have the Six of Cups here and the Jack of Spades. I do feel like someone could be spying on you from the past here. This is probably like a side story. I feel like you're letting it go, or you're not moving towards it. You have the, again, Ten of Spades, moving on. You have the Ten of Swords as well. Ten of Swords says something is dead, done, over with. So I feel like for a lot of you, if someone's trying to come back from the past, I feel like you're just not even going to bother. For others, I feel like this is a little bit of sadness because, again, I feel like you could be doing something that is difficult. You could be, like I said earlier, you could be like going back to school, or it's like you're accepting some sort of burden in your life, but it's probably to make your life better. So I feel like this could just be you looking back at the past, realizing that things will never be the same. And sometimes I feel like when we improve our lives, that can happen. It's like we can look back to when things were simpler. It's kind of like when we wake up, right? It's like maybe there are certain things that we wish we didn't know, because, as they say, ignorance is bliss, right? So that's what's popping into my head here. I feel like for some of you, it's just like there are just changes in things that and things you've learned, where it's like looking back, maybe it's kind of almost sucked the joy out of certain things, but I feel like it's also matured you in a way that's going to lead to like a lot of independence and success with this Nine of Pentacles. So we'll talk about that in a minute. But you do have the Treasure Island card. I love this card. To me, this is a card of manifestation. It says you can pretty much manifest whatever treasure or whatever good things you want in your life, but it says you just have to use your powers of manifestation to do so. Next, you have the Fool card here and the Two of Pentacles, or the Two of Diamonds. Really good. The Fool says take a leap of faith. The Two of Diamonds, like this could just be a job. So some of you could be taking a leap of faith into getting a new job, or you could be getting a new job. It could also just be something else that is a perfect match for you. The Two of Diamonds in the playing cards is just like a perfect match with something. And it could be love, it could be money, it could be business, it could be health, pretty much anything. The Fool says you are more than prepared to kind of accept whatever this is. So I feel like if some sort of offer is coming in this week, or, if you're getting some sort of, offer, I would accept it with those cards, is what I'd say there, Aquarius. Next, you have the Nine of Pentacles here, and the Ten of Clubs, amazing. Ten of Clubs is a card of leaps and bounds of success. It's like a card of taking a huge leap forward and becoming more successful in life. The Nine of Pentacles is a card of financial independence, but also like independence in life in general. So I feel like you're very independent at this time. This middle row here is like very independent in general, especially with that Queen of Clubs as well. But this is also very good for money. Ten of Clubs, like I said, is a card of like taking a huge leap forward, and that Nine of Pentacles is a card of like success, abundance, gratitude, luxuries, good things coming in for you. And finally, you have this Ten of Swords here, Five of Spades. This could be a breakup. In some ways, I feel like some of you could be becoming single here. Or you could just be single, and, you could be thinking about it with this Ten of Swords. You could be sad about it. But at the same time, you have this Nine of Diamonds. And that Nine of Diamonds is a card of independence, and it can be a card of being single. So I do feel like some of you could just be single, or you could be going through a breakup, and it's like maybe you're just spending some time on your own. Finally, you have the Seed as your archetype this week. So I feel like it's an amazing week to plant a seed. I feel like it's an amazing week to start something new. Like I said, every single air sign this week has had basically the same message, that I feel like all of you could be starting something new. or looking at starting a new business, or looking at starting a new job or new relationship, pretty much everything. Like I said, Gemini, I think, had the butterfly spirit, like some sort of transformation. Libra had something about transformation as well. So I feel like a lot of you could be going through a major transformation here. So I want to look at some of these diagonals. For some of you, I feel like this is like a knowing that something is over here, because you have that High Priestess in this same middle row here. The good news is you have this Page of Wands, which is like a new beginning. So I feel like there will be a new beginning for you. In this direction here, it's like we have the Strength card and the Ten of Spades. So it's like you could have had some sort of ending, or you could have lost something here, but it's like there's a new beginning with the Page of Wands and that Queen of Wands as well, and the Fool and the Two of Pentacles. So it's like, I feel like this is almost like some sort of realization. Like sometimes we hit rock bottom, I think, and we feel like that's the end. Like sometimes we get zeroed out in life, and that's the feeling I'm getting for you. Is that it's like maybe you have felt like you are zeroed out. Maybe you feel like there's nothing more for you. But I feel like this is like a realization that there is more. That, you know, the scarab beetle, it's like it's rolling the sun over the horizon. That's only a temporary period of time. So I feel like some of you are kind of coming out of the darkness in this row here. That's not accurate tarot, but that's what's popping into my head. Again, I read intuitively, so there you go. But this looks amazing for you, Aquarius. A lot of good changes coming in for you. So thank you for watching, Aquarius, and enjoy your week.